God is showing me two groups of people. And I know that some of you are praying and looking for answers and waiting on God to move in your life. There are two categories. The first group of people is God says the blessing is going to take you by storm. The blessing is going to take you by storm. And what he revealed to me in my spirit was the blessing is already going to come put together. It's like a package. It's going to be already put together for you. So for an example, if it's a job, it's going to be the position that you need. It's going to be the pay that you need. It's going to be at the location that you need. He said it's already going to come put together. All you have to do is accept it. You see what I'm saying? For the second group, that you are asking God for instructions for what to do, whatever you're focusing on in your life right now. You've already been lining up things. You've been making moves on your own. But now you're at a place where you're like, God, what do I do next? I've done this part. I've done that part. I've done everything on my end. But I'm still not seeing things come together, in reality. Like it's not moving together right now. So what else do I do? God says that just sit where you are and God is going to bring it into alignment. I'm going to give you further instructions. It's almost like when you are fishing and you already got the bait in the water. You're just waiting on the fish, the hook on to it. It's like that. So you're just in a waiting position, like everything is already, you done everything on your end, so you just waiting for the bait. God says, I'm going to bring it to you. You're going to have your next instructions. These are the two groups of people that God is showing me this morning. For the first group, God says the blessing is going to take you by storm. Listen, when you receive what God is going to give you, do not allow anything to move you. This brings me into when I had a season in my life where the blessing took me by storm, meaning everything was packaged together the way that I've been praying for. But I will tell you, when I did receive it, God will instruct you on not allowing anything or anybody to move you from it. This also reminds me of a message that I released called Don't Complain, Just Comply. Because sometimes you're going to go into other spaces where you're going to have to work together with other people. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of times, the things that are causing an issue around you, God will deal with that. But do not uproot yourself. Allow God to deal with it. If you have any type of questions or concerns, you take them to God, especially since He's the one. Come on now. Since He's the one that put you in this position and put you in this place. So don't complain, just comply and take everything that you're going through to God. He sees everything. I am telling you this because I have done it myself over and over. That's how I learned how to fight in the spirit. You see what I'm saying? God will move anything that is in your way or in your, both in God's way as well. Because whenever God is doing something in your life and somebody gets in your way, they're really getting in God's way. So don't worry about nothing. This is why you have to rest in God. Come on now. You see what I'm saying? Take your concerns to God. Do not just do it on your own. Because I've been in a position where I had a situation, but I took it to God. He moved that problem. You see what I'm saying? Then I had more peace where I was. Sometimes you don't need to uproot yourself because God will uproot other things around you. Come on. Catch them diamonds. And for the second group, you're waiting on instructions and you're waiting for God to bring along the next step. Listen, stay very sensitive in this time because right now, because you're in motion and you're waiting on instructions and you're, networking or whatever it is, you know exactly what you're working on. There are going to be people that come in. You have to discern who's the person that you're supposed to hook up with for the next instructions. For whatever it is you're doing, it's going to take a person to unlock a door. You see what I'm saying? But just because somebody come along, that does not mean that this is the bait. It does not mean that this is the person. Stay sensitive right now and pray on each thing or each person or opportunity that comes your way. Like I said, you know what you're working on. And if you're waiting for some type of connection, so that you can move forward, or to talk to somebody because you're working on something and you've been waiting to talk to somebody that you can hook up with to make this situation happen, or further along this situation. Stay sensitive so that you won't attach yourself to the wrong person, meaning this bait. But God says, I'm going to line you up with it. Just stay sensitive so you will know that you're connecting to the right resources, okay? That is your word. I'm going to close this message by saying that things actually do take time. But let me paint a picture for you what I mean by that. The job that I occupy right now, I applied for this job twice and got it the second time. But see, the first time something happened, it didn't go through, or whatever it was a delay. Let's just put it like that. But when I got on the job, when God told me to apply again, and I got on the job, once I got there, I got answers, on a spiritual level. The reason why I didn't go through the first time, because somebody was still occupying my position. See, they were in a season where they were getting ready to be released and elevate into the company. Then I was coming along. You see what I'm saying? This is why you shouldn't give up. And don't you ever doubt God and thinking that God didn't hear you. Oh, nothing is happening. It's happening. But you got to understand, you don't occupy this world by yourself. There's millions and millions of people, and we're all in different cycles. So somebody just may be occupying a space that God has promised you, but it's coming up. This is how I learned to trust God more. You see what I'm saying? And I have held this position now for a few years. You see what I'm saying? Because now I'm in this position, but I guarantee you there is somebody, once I get elevated, out of this position and I move up, somebody's coming right, into my position. That's how life works. Never forget that. God heard you. You're not by yourself. You just have to learn the system, the spiritual system, and also the world system of how things work. Everybody's in rotation. Everybody's in cycles. Just wait your turn, baby. I promise you it's coming. God heard you. Catch them diamonds.